Hi, so today we're going to be talking about illegal animal breeding and the effects that it causes for everyone globally. So we're going to first talk about what is wrongful animal breeding. So we have two major types, which would be puppy mills, which is a commercial-based reproduction place, and they do more of like the mass producing of like animals. And then they have backyard breeders. Our backyard breeders are going to be the people that mostly do it in their backyards, and then they just continually have litters with just certain types of animals. Whereas with puppy mills, they're able to have a little bit more of a selection on which animals. The next would be the effects of wrongful breeding. So two on this one would be strays without food and water, as well as overflow of shelters and overpopulating. We do have a large problem with overflow of shelters, as a lot of shelters here in New Mexico always reach capacity very quick and always have to euthanize animals, which I feel like is a really large issue that everybody deals with, as well as strays without water, as we always run into this problem no matter where we are in the country, as well as health concerns and unknown temperaments. For health concerns, they do have inherited injuries or diseases. They could get injuries, infections, genetic disorders, as well as inbreeding, since these are a lot of animals that are being bred at once. There is no like certainty of if they're being inbred or not. For unknown temperaments, this is a large problem because there is a lack of socialization, and stress can lead to having that aggression and having behavioral issues. And whenever you do buy animals from breeders, they normally won't disclose if they have aggressions or if they've been socialized. We are next going to talk about why animal breeding is such a global issue. From all the research that has been done, animal breeding, especially puppy mills, has gone global, and they are trying to shut them down, as a lot of places like puppy mills are trying to produce exotic new puppies, and keep up with like the trends of animals. And over the past years, there's been a large surge in wrongful breeding, and everyone's trying their hardest to combat this issue, but it's not as easy as it seems to be, especially with putting laws and regulations. They just have a hard time keeping up with it. The most overbred breeds in wrongful breeding are going to be our doodles, pugs, French bulldogs, German shepherds, labs, and pit bulls. Pugs are one of the large ones, as well as German shepherds. I feel like from the research that I've done, they have been the largest ones. So now we are going to talk about the laws and regulations that are in place. For the US and Europe, we do have the Animal Welfare Act that has been put in place. For us, it has been since the 1966. And states here in the US are allowed to pick if they have state laws or bans on certain breeds, and having breeders anywhere. And then as well as like local precincts are able to decide what they want to do. In Europe, a lot of them do have certain breeds banned, and then they do have to have licensing to breed. And for my personal thoughts and personal polls that I did, for the polls that I did, a lot of people did say that they would prefer to get their animals spayed if it was more cost effective. It is really expensive, especially in like our state. It's definitely expensive. I don't know about other places, but I do think that they should have more laws and regulations that were created, as well as bringing more awareness, as this is such a large issue that sometimes gets overlooked, as well as people should consider to adopt first before going to a breeder, as this would help shelters as well. And I have attached all my references below. If you would like to go and read more over everything that I went through, I have everything linked here. Thank you.